Hey guys, I'm Patrick Muse with EF Warehouse. Show you just an idea that I had about, I love civic wagons. I collect civic wagons more than anything. Some of you know, some of you may not, but RT four-wheel drive wagons, they have a drive shaft that goes through the center. Most people don't have a lift, understand. This is my buddy's lift, so I can kind of show things better, but RT four-wheel drive wagons have a drive shaft that goes right through there. And if you were to need to replace the fuel tank or the fuel pump, you don't have to drive the drive shaft, don't have to drop the drive shaft on RT four-wheel drives because there is an access panel under the back seat. Front-wheel drive wagons are the same chassis. They're almost exactly the same, missing some threaded bolts or something like for the diff. So my idea was, why not make an access panel the same as the RT wagons for front-wheel drives, because you're going to put fuel pumps in them too. And now that performance is a big thing for guys, and we're making big horsepower front-wheel drive cars, it just makes it easier to be able to get to it without having to drop the tank, which sometimes can be a pain. So I've teamed up with my buddy Brian at picklepeppergarage, picklepeppergarage.com. He's got some cool apparel and stuff there. He's building a pretty sweet EF hatch. And he's doing some 3D printing, which is awesome. He's got the scan to do it. It's awesome. So that's what gave me the idea. This is my EF Warehouse fuel pump cover, Pickle Pepper Garage. And so what we're going to do, 1990 front-wheel drive automatic Civic wagon. This is the back seat. And lift all the seats up. We're going to go to that side over there. So this is your sending unit, like for the fuel gauge, but it doesn't have the pump. Well, on an RT four-wheel drive, right here is where the cover is. I've already drilled a hole. You'll see that in just a bit, but you can tell, like, there's where the 3 screws would be. There's a little cover that comes off, and the fuel pump's right there. So I'm going to show you what it takes to make this work. Like I said, we're going to put it right there, and it's going to go use the holes that we're supposed to. So hang tight, and I'm going to show you what we need to do. So the distance between the fuel pump itself and the actual metal is not much. It's very tight. So like you see, I already drilled a hole there. And when I went through, I hit the top nut of the fuel line, like the actual banjo bolt. So step one is we're going to drop the tank just barely. Like, you don't have to take it out because it's not fun really to take out. It's not that big a deal, some people say, especially with a lift. But to me, this is stuff you can do on the ground. So I'm going to show you. Let me see, I'll turn this around. All right, so these are your fuel tank straps right here. And we're just going to drop it down as far as we can get it. We may even unhook it, because if you unhook it, it's still going to stay there because all this is still holding it up. So we'll do that just to bring the tank away from the floor so that I can cut the hole for the new cover. So I'll show you how to do that. Give me just a second. So these are 12mm bolts. I would advise, before you plan on doing this, go ahead and soaking that with PB Blaster or something like that. This car only has 90,000 miles, so it's not rusty underneath or anything. But most on the East Coast, you're probably gonna have some rust problems. So it's probably gonna be loud, but there we go. Go ahead and take that one off. And this one, I'm gonna try not to take it all the way off. A little more. Just all the way to the end if I can. There we go. And as you can see, like, that gave us some space between the floor and the tank. And I'll tell you what, like, I'm gonna go ahead and take this off just to show, like, the tank's gonna stay there. The neck's holding it, all that. So, I mean, it really is up to you how crazy you want to get. But I just want to show the room. So, hold on. And so again, you only have to do this once because we're just trying to make the room for cutting the hole for the cover. After this, you'll never have to drop the tank again unless you just want to, I guess, or something else you need done there. But my thoughts are maintenance in the future, replacing fuel pumps. Like I said, we do performance stuff. Pumps get hot and you replace them more common. Honestly, I don't replace them often, but it just is a better idea to me than having to drop the tank and messing with all the lines and stuff. This one I believe needs a fuel pump, or it's already had a fuel pump. I didn't do it, so I'm going to inspect anyway because I'm having like a fuel cutoff issue. This car sat in the field for like 10 years, so it very well could be the filter. I just figured it's perfect timing to show how to do this, so we can sell these little covers. Use common sense. If you got a fire extinguisher, keep it close, because you are cutting a hole around the fuel tank. If it's already leaking or something, it's likely to spark, cause a fire. Like, you know, be smart about it. Like, if you're mechanically inclined, you can do this, but be smart about it. All right, so got our 6-inch bimetal hole saw. Let's drill our hole. Get it started here. It's hard to see with no light. There we go. And we'll start. Hold on. So I tried to use hole saw. I don't know if I just got a bad hole saw or what, but I couldn't get it to cut through. So I hate doing this because it doesn't look that pretty, but a good 6-inch hole saw should cut it because it's thin metal. So I use this old girl. Like I said, I'm not proud of it, but there's our 6-inch hole. It's not that pretty, but again, it really doesn't matter because it's going to be covered, but I'm not proud of it. So now we'll tighten the tank straps back up. Lower her down, and there is the fuel pump access. Of course, the metal shavings there, but you can get your bolts out, move it out of the way, pull the pump assembly out, and now just cover it with the EF warehouse cover, and you just take it off. I would say best thing to do would be to put a seal. We put a little indentation here so you could put a foam seal there, but yeah, I mean, it serves a good purpose. Again, sorry about the hole. I'm super not proud of it, but I tried the hole saw and I just bought the wrong one. So had to make do with what I had. So I've waited long enough trying to make this video. So it's good enough for now. But hopefully it's useful. And this is just a prototype. We will get the final versions done soon, and hopefully post them for sale for you guys.